Okay, day 3 at the Centrico Boat Show 2025, and we're here with Klein, who, as everyone knows, who is Klein. You're a skipper. You're a game boat weapon skipper. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And your Insta channel is
Pursuit of Giants.
Pursuit of Giant. Pretty much sums it up. Pursuit of Giants, and this thing here would be what we'd probably call this a giant killer, the Viking.
Yeah, hopefully it's only new. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed we're going to catch a couple of giants in it.
I think you've already caught a couple.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, you look at the transom.
A couple of marks in the back. So we're here. We're looking at the ARG. Now, you've had experience with ARG stabilisers, and being in the the game fishing industry, that's hard work for equipment. That would be fair to say, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like on the Deploy, which is now called the Shore Thing, Jade Assegai, which I've driven since 2020. We have the ARG 375 in it, and like it gets flogged 90 days straight fishing up on the reef in 25 knots sou'easter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's such a big part of our operation now. Once you have a boat with a stabiliser, it's hard to go back to a boat without it.
So how long are you out for at a given time as a charter?
Yeah, so we do 5-day trips usually, 5 to 7 days. And so once we leave the dock at Cooktown, like that gyro doesn't get turned off.
Just so 5 days straight, it's just running?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, okay. And what have you found, like the follow up with anything? If you had any gremlins with it?
Yeah, like I think with any brand, it doesn't matter whether it's Seakeeper or Quick or ARG. Like, mate, the Australian conditions are like, it's nothing like it anywhere in the world. Like, it's rough. They work hard. Like, they're stopping these big game boats from rocking around, and they're all going to have issues. But it's just how the company supports them.
What was the experience there? How did someone help you out with that?
Yeah, fantastic. I've had Damien come up to Cooktown and repair the gyro overnight so we can have it operational the next day.
Yeah, right.
Which was, as I said before, like once you have a boat with a gyro, it's very hard to turn the thing off.
And they're just pretty consistent with their servicing. And inspection intervals.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. And because we use the thing so hard, and we were one of the first game boats to have the 375 in it. We've just worked out our own service interval as well. We're changing bearings every 1,000 hours. So you're preventive maintenance.
So you're training with the Damien, and you're running the preventive maintenance program on that now as well.
Yeah, we do. For the sake of with these things, ours is quite accessible, so we can change the bearings out in 4 hours without having to pull the unit out.
Okay.
So we just do it for the season, just to make sure that we don't have any issues.
So you're doing a lot of hours on water, a lot, thousands of hours a year kind of stuff. So this is why you're doing it every season. So I think the recommendation is 5,000 hours. How many hours would you be putting on that machine?
Yeah, well, I think, we're doing 90 to 100 days and things running 24/7. So yeah, a lot. We put, 1,500 hours on the boat a year, and then, that's engine hours. So that's predominantly up there in Cairns.
Yeah.
So, the gyro just doesn't get turned.
So you're swapping the bearings as a precautionary thing?
Yeah.
Because we've had, ARG's had bearings that have been there for a lot longer, obviously. But yeah, so that's just part of your program.
Yeah, and that because all our trips are back to back, so we don't really have that time in between, and we're fishing up, remote North Queensland, so we can't just pull into the slipway and take a week to change it out. So, in the early days we did a bearing, and ever since we've changed our maintenance schedule to be doing every 1,000 hours, there's been no issues.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. There's no more punishing regime than a game boat. There's just nothing punishes equipment harder than a game boat.
It's the thing, and it just makes the experience for my customers so much nicer when you pull in behind the reef after getting flogged all day in 25 knots. That even on the big tide, sometimes it gets a bit rocky in the anchorage, but just having that gyro changes the whole game.
And it doesn't affect any of the other vessel systems at all? Hasn't had any impact on the sounders, anything like that?
No. Everything's been pretty good.
That's awesome. So you'd recommend it?
Oh, big time.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Sonny, and best of luck with this one. It's an absolute beast of a machine.
This is.
And what's your next plan? Where are you heading off after the boat show?
So this thing's going to stay up here. I've got a couple of charters on the Shore Thing in June, which is going to be good. I'm going to try and do a seamount trip and a bit of that stuff, and then this thing is going to do a little trip up to Musgrave, and I'll do that, and then I'll take the Ascot North and start our heavy tackle season.
No, we'll be following you on Insta, mate.
Yeah.
So it's all good stuff. So check it out. Have a look at his Insta page. It's absolutely epic. I mean, just big fish. Seriously big fish. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it, Klein. Thanks, Sam. For your voting.